Hi, in today's video I'm going to do a review of the Revlon One-Step Styler. I'm not going to do a tutorial in this video. There are so many great tutorials out there. What I really want to focus on in this video are the pros, the cons, and then a few tips that I have for using this tool. So let me start out with the pros. So if you cannot figure out how to round brush your hair with a brush and blow dryer, you just can't get that technique down, this is a great tool for you because it's only one thing that you have to hold. So it makes it a lot easier, and you can use your second hand to guide it through if you need to. So again, if you have a hard time blow drying your hair with a round brush, this would be a great tool for you. Another pro is if you have curly, wavy, textured hair, you can get your hair straight with this. So I have naturally curly hair that is coarse, and I have a lot of it, so it's thick, and I can get my hair straight. I used it today. The only other thing that I used was a Velcro roller for the top, and I'll explain why I did that in a minute. But this tool really can get your hair straight. Years ago, I had tried one of these and it didn't work very well, so the technology has definitely improved. Another pro I think is the price. So this is the box that it came in. I bought mine at Target for about $60. I think it runs anywhere from $55 to $60. I think it's a great value for the money because you can buy just a hair dryer for that much. And then they also have tools that are similar to this that cost a lot more. So I think $60 is a fair price for this. The next pro I think is when you're traveling. So normally when I travel, I take my hair dryer, my round brush, another brush. Sometimes I end up with two brushes and a hair dryer. And this, you can use this as a brush. You can use this to section your hair. So you have your hair dryer and your brush all in one tool. So all you're doing is bringing this in your suitcase. So it definitely saves on space in your suitcase. The other thing is if you are, maybe you've just had shoulder surgery, or the reason I started using this about a month ago is because I had my appendix removed and I couldn't lift both of my arms up, and so I started using this. So if you are, have trouble lifting both arms up, maybe you had surgery, maybe you're just weak, you only have one tool, so you don't really have to lift it all the way up. And the next pro is that I think this is great for second day hair. So a lot of times second day, I wake up and I have that kind of bed head in the back. What I do is take dry shampoo. Lately I've been loving the Living Proof. It's an aerosol dry shampoo, and I just spray it at my roots, and then I'll go through with this on low and just kind of smooth everything out. So I think this works great on second day hair. Now for the cons. This tool is extremely hot, so if you have fine hair, chemically damaged hair, I would not put it on high. It gets so hot. I didn't think a tool like this could get that hot. It gets really, really hot, so please be careful. In fact, another con for me is that I have a hard time getting my roots all the way dry, so what I do is I use it on low just to get the roots, because if I put this on high near my roots, I feel like it's going to burn my scalp. So I have a hard time getting my roots, and that's why I put in the Velcro roller on top just to give me a little bit extra. So again, be careful. I can't stress enough, this tool gets really, really hot. Another con is it is so loud. In fact, the first time I turned it on, my husband asked if the motor was going to explode. I'll turn it on for you so you can hear. This is high. That's really loud. And then this is low. Low, not as loud. The cool shot is as loud as the high. So it's really loud, sometimes annoying, but if you can get past that. The other thing is that the controls are on the bottom here. So with a hair dryer, when you're blow drying your hair, you have that cool shot right near your thumb. This, you have to go all the way back down, put it to cool, turn it all the way back to get it to high or low, whatever you're using. And it's just kind of a pain to go back and forth. So those are really the pros and the cons. Again, the pros, if you struggle with blow drying your hair, this would be a great tool. It does get it smooth and can smooth out curly hair. Again, the main cons for me are that it's really hot and it's really loud. So let me share, I think I have 4 tips for you that I like to do when I use this tool. The first one is to use a heat protectant, just to protect your hair because it gets so hot. you want to protect your hair. The ones I've been loving lately are the Pureology Color Fanatic Spray, the Aveda Daily Hair Repair, and I'll list some of those products below. So use a heat protectant. The other thing is I don't like to use it on soaking wet hair. So what I'll do is get out of the shower, towel dry my hair, put in the heat protectant, brush it all the way through, and then I wrap it back up in a towel, and then I let it air dry for like 5 or 10 minutes. I find that it just makes it easier if I air dry it a little bit before going in when it's soaking wet. If you have fine hair, you probably don't have to wait that long, but if you've got a lot more hair, you may want to wait. The third tip is to section your hair when you're using this tool because it gets so hot again, you don't want to keep going over dry sections of hair if you don't have to. So what I like to do is just, section behind my ears. I usually put that in 2 sections, and then when I dry a section, I will tie it back with a ponytail holder just to get it out of the way so I'm not re-blow drying hair, and I just like to do it in sections. And then my final tool is, you may think I curled my hair, but I didn't. What I do is, with this tool, I'll go back at the very end and put it on low. And what I do is and I'll show you in a second, I will just put it here and I kind of do that twisting technique all the way down and then just let it out. And then once it cools, it kind of has this little wave or bend to it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Again, I put it on low to do this. You can do low or probably even cool if you've just finished. So I put it in there, just kind of twist. And then let it out. And then I will spray it. And then once it's kind of cooled, I'll run my fingers through it. And that's how I get this little bend here. So those are my thoughts on the Revlon One Step Styler. I do like this tool, and I just think you need to be careful because it does get really hot, but I think it's worth the money. You can get a great blowout with it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave those down below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And that's about it. So I hope you have a great day.